This is going to cover some early discoveries which motivated me to continue on with the scaled E module. I used to call them T modules, but that is not exactly correct, but they're the same shape. 120 of them make a rhombic tricontahedron, which you're looking at in front of you. So when I was first working on this stuff, I was aware of Fuller synergetics and the rhombic tricontahedron, and I was aware that there was phi embedded in very profoundly. And at that point, I had moved to California, and I bought at a thrift store this shape here. Just look at the shaded portion. The shaded portion is, oops, I don't know how that happened. I didn't want that to happen. I just wanted that to happen. Yeah, that form there, inside of this rhombic tricontahedron, you can see how the points, this tip connects with the 3 rhombuses on the face, and there are 20 tips. Okay, so I had this shape and I said, wow, it looks like rhombic tricontahedra can fit in each of these valleys. And I thought to myself, well, that's kind of like 12, because there's 12 depressions, 12 spheres. Let's say the rhombic tricontahedron are approaching or approximating a sphere. And then they would be arrayed in such a way that they would, if their centers would define an icosahedron, and then the center sphere, so to speak, had instead turned into this shape here. That was kind of my first thought. But then I was playing around with the calculator, and somehow I ran across a number. I was working with volumes, and I discovered that the 12 depressions could also be filled with 1/4 of a rhombic tricontahedron. So if I had 3 rhombic tricontahedra and I divided each into fourths, I could fill all the depressions in the stellation to make a next larger size rhombic tricontahedron. And that was the beginning of a lot of thinking about the T or E module. So you can see here that, I'm just going to get rid of some of this stuff to make it clearer. You can see here that the E module from that rhombic tricontahedron projects outward. And notice right here that this valley is filled in perfectly with yet another rhombic face, but it's actually phi smaller. That rhombic face is like, ooh, can I get that? No, it's too small. It's like this one here. Boy, it's just hiding from me. So I'm having a hard time, of course. What else is new? I don't know why. Maybe I do. I do because it's sticking downward. But here's the rhombic face this way. You can see that rhombic face here in full diamond. Right here, these 2 pieces I made. And so that fit in, and that's where 2 of the 1/4 or totally full rhombic tricontahedron would match up face to face, and that would happen in each valley. So one of the properties of this E module form is that the valley here that I was just showing is the same, similar as this one, but it's phi larger. So actually, if I was to fold this from this point to this point together and fold it on there, I would have the smaller rhombic tricontahedron, I'd have a group of 4 E modules that would make 1/30th of a rhombic tricontahedron. So that was the initial find that essentially I said, let's say phi to the third power is equal to 3, which would be 3 rhombic tricontahedron, and then I'd have if I said their volumes were all phi, or let me say that again. Let me make sure I get that. Sorry about that, but let's say the larger rhombic tricontahedron, if I said that value of that volume is phi to the third power, which would be 4.236068. If I said that larger rhombic tricontahedron, which I'm going to display again here, there it is. That overall size is made up of 3 rhombic tricontahedron that are scaled by phi shorter, multiply the edges by 0.618034, and its volume would be phi to the 0. So 3 phi to the 0 plus this stellation here, which would be 2 phi to the negative 1. So 2 phi to the negative 1 is 2 times 0.618034, which is 1.236068, plus 3 makes 4.236068, which is the volume of the larger rhombic tricontahedron.